Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Jacob Cole. I do the marketing here at CID, and today I'm joined by our CEO, Nay Agostini. We'll both be sharing our expertise to help you improve your marketing and grow your commercial book of business. As you can tell, you're all muted, but please use the chat feature as much as you'd like to ask your questions and interact with us throughout the webinar. At the end of the webinar, please stick around to fill out a 3-question survey so we can continue to make improvements to these webinars for you. Today, our goal is to provide you with key strategies that will help you build your agency, grow your book of business, find new prospects, and take your marketing to the next level. So without further ado, I'll pass it off to Anay.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm going to be covering just some business planning for your commercial book, and then talking a little bit about person-to-person marketing. So let's get started with where you really need to start is with a plan for building your commercial book. I know we're all so busy in all the doing this that a business entails, but it's really important to stop and take a look and evaluate your business. And one of the places to start would be to be looking at whether you've got a balanced book of commercial insurance. And you can look at that from a couple different ways. One is, we know you're probably writing personal lines, but we know you may be writing some health and life, but commercial is probably one of the most profitable and stable book of business, and so it's really important to have, and it's profitable because it's less service. So it's important to build that commercial book to be equal to the rest of your business. And on top of that, it's really important to have a balanced book of different types, classes of business that are profitable and stable as well. And in this plan, the plan is like you want to see where you're going with your company, and you want to have a plan to get there, which means being proactive. And it's probably, some people it comes naturally, others it doesn't, and it's so easy to procrastinate on this area. But I encourage you to take time in your business to look at, to make a plan for writing more commercial business. And then it's really important because things change. Business is always changing, and you have to be able to move with it. So if you're thinking that what worked in the past is going to work now, it's not necessarily going to be what works in the future. So you always need to be paying attention to what's happening in the industry. And speaking of the industry, the economy is an important part of that. It does impact business success. And so when, for the last, so many years, we've had an unstable, COVID started it, then we had the economy take a dip, and it's been unstable. And so it's impacting our ability to keep track of the changes happening around us and, in the business world, because it's sort of the target's moving too fast. And as I say in the next bullet, they are a moving target. And when it's unstable economy, you have so many changes happening, it's hard to measure what the business impact's going to be down the road. Economy, it does appear to be stabilizing, so that is a good sign for all of us in business. The key is to evaluate your current commercial book and then sort of manage the direction of your new business commercial opportunities based on your success with your existing commercial book. So what are some key components of a successful agency? These are, they're simple, but they're really important, and they're key components of building a successful agency. And that is, you need to streamline your operations and develop systems that actually create efficiency with your operational part, which is really mainly, the service side of your business. And you want systems that everyone follows, because you don't want everyone doing something different. You want them to all be following the same system so that someone can step in and know what the system, what the process was for, renewals or servicing, a policy, et cetera, et cetera. Second, in addition to having those systems for those employees, you want to make sure that you're building a good, healthy agency team that has um, the skill sets that will be good for your business. And some of those key uh, items are um, working as a team, being efficient. In our business, attention to detail becomes very important, and being able to multitask. The other is you want to manage your production results. That's super important. You have to know what kind of success you're having production-wise. You want to look at your renewals and you want to look at your new business and determine whether you're making progress. You have good retention of your renewals and that you're building some new business onto the books. And then establish a marketing production plan and look at a budget for that. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. Oh, we're going to do that now. So let's start with that marketing plan. Again, all of this takes a little bit of time away from, all the busyness of your day. So you might want to come in on a Saturday or Sunday or do it from home when you have a clear head and able to think and dream. So you want to develop your branding. So that becomes really what differentiates you from the competition. What makes you why would someone want to do business with you as opposed to another agency? Establish a marketing budget. So you want to view marketing as an investment and expect it to perform as such. So you need to be smart about marketing. And then successful marketing, it's all about building relationships. I can't say that enough. And in this day and age, you can have it both in person and digital are equally important in having successful marketing opportunities. Okay, so let's talk about in-person marketing. The best relationship building strategy. And again, it is about relationships. People have to develop a trust with you in order for you to handle their business insurance. So getting out and meeting people, COVID shut us down a lot. So, I think a lot of people are still suffering from COVID, conditions of COVID. But it's really important to get back on the saddle, ride the horse, and get involved with business councils, local associations. And at some of these, don't be afraid to hold an informational session at any of these events and meetings. Network with local business owners. Join a local association that may be just business owners. Or maybe you want to target certain industries, right? Like maybe the Contractors Association or, I don't know, Landscaping Association. There's so many of them, the Restaurant Association, where you can reach lots of different, of the same type of class of business. Attending local events. And a lot of those will be charitable or fundraising organizations that you can become involved in because you're going to find a lot of business owners in those places as well. And again, building friendships and relationships and trust level where people know you. They will want you to handle their business insurance needs as well. So what are some of these classes of business that you would want to target? Well, we did a little bit of research. Jacob did that, and when we took a look to see what we are writing, and that has been the most stable business, over these last so many years, where the economy has been a little unstable, and businesses have closed down, they've come and gone, and so you want stability in a class of business if you're going to target new business. So we put together what we saw in our books, which is allied health, medical. It's miscellaneous medical. It's really sort of like uh, miscellaneous type medical establishments. Artisan contractors, convenience stores, we write a lot of, manufacturers, um, restaurants, food service, all types. Technology is huge, so that covers a whole big bucket of types of businesses now, to include AI companies, attorneys, consultants, garage, nonprofits, retail stores, and services. So those are, to name a few, that we would suggest that you target when you're going after new business, because it's going to be stable, and you're going to get some premium there.
All right, thanks, Anae. Let's move into the digital side of marketing, because this is it's really where I see a lot of opportunity for brokers to stand out. So we all know digital kind of dominates how people are communicating today, whether it's email, social media, or like Google searches. This is where your prospects are hanging out. Now, I want to obviously acknowledge this up front. I hear this from agency owners all the time. I just don't have time for a lot of digital marketing, and that's fair. You're running a business, you're quoting, you're servicing clients, but here's the thing, relationship building itself has moved online. Obviously, you want to do the in-person as much as possible, but you don't necessarily need to dedicate a ton of hours each week to digital marketing. But if you aren't visible online, then you're leaving a lot of opportunities on the table. But the good news is that with a blended approach, a little in person, a little digital, you can drive a lot more success without burning yourself out. Now, when we talk about digital marketing, there are a lot of different avenues you could go down. I'm going to help you narrow that down in a moment, but here's what's out there for you. You have search engine optimization. This is making sure people can find your website on Google. You have website marketing, promoting your site and having useful content on there. You have content marketing, which is, creating newsletters, blogs, or educational articles. You have email marketing with tools like Constant Contact, MailChimp, or Outlook. Video marketing, short videos, YouTube content, that kind of thing. And then you have social media, obviously Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. And now I know it sounds like a lot, but here's the reality. You don't have to do all of this. In a few slides, I'll share which of these will give you the most bang for your buck if you're limited on time. Really quick, before we dive deeper though, I wanted to ask everyone, where are your leads coming from today? Are they referrals? Are they walk-ins? Is it your website or social media? Or is it from you doing cold outreach or purchasing leads? Just think about that for a quick second and go ahead and drop your answer in the chat. I ask this because most agencies are still very referral heavy, which is great. We are too, but referrals aren't always scalable. So adding a small, even just a small, tiny digital presence can help you generate leads consistently. And that balances out those slower referral periods. I see some people saying referrals, some people saying walk-ins. Walk-ins are great if you have people coming in. That's always a good thing. But yeah, I see a lot of referrals, so just adding that digital presence, I think, it can be very helpful. Yeah, mostly referrals. Got it. Okay. All right. So Facebook marketing. If you're looking for an easy place to start, Facebook is a great option, especially for local marketing. Here's why. It's free. It's where your local business owners are spending some time, and it helps you stay visible and top of mind. So one really effective tactic that I like is to join local Facebook groups. For example, maybe you focus on contractors. There are contractor groups in almost every city. But here's the key. This is about relationship building, as Anae mentioned earlier. It's not just selling. So spend a few minutes each day commenting or answering questions and actually being helpful, because that's what's going to build trust. And over time, people will naturally reach out to you when they need insurance. Next, one of my favorites. If you want to connect directly with business owners, LinkedIn is going to be your platform. It's built for professionals. You can search by industry, location, company size, and really zero in on who you want to connect with. Maybe you just got licensed in a second state and you want to find more clients there. You can use search filters on LinkedIn to see only professionals in that state. I'll actually show you more on this later. But LinkedIn helps you build credibility. Let's say a prospect Googles you, which they will. Your LinkedIn profile is going to be one of the first things that usually comes up on Google. So having a professional, active profile can make a difference in whether someone chooses to work with you. And again, you don't need to spend hours a day here. Just 10 minutes a few times a week can go a long way toward keeping you visible and then building those relationships. All right, a couple quick tips on using LinkedIn effectively. You want to use this platform to build your brand. Make sure your profile clearly says what you do and who you help. Post helpful content, share tips about risk management, coverage trends, or claim prevention. And most importantly, be consistent. What you don't want to do is spam people with nonstop sales pitches. That'll turn people off instantly. Obviously, none of you like being sold to. And don't go too heavy on self-promotion. Just focus on adding value first and the business will follow. Think of it this way. You're building trust first, then relationships, and then the business opportunities will come. Okay. Let me do a quick demonstration of how you can find prospects on LinkedIn. So I'm going to hop out here. I'm going to go to LinkedIn. So once you have your account, this is our company page, but once you have your account ready and it's looking good, head over here to the search function. Here you want to think about who it is you're trying to find. What type of person is it? Maybe they're the owner of a law firm, or are they a restaurant owner? For this demonstration, let's look at restaurant owners. So that's exactly what I'll type into the search. Then up here, I'll select people because then it's showing me actual people and not company pages or posts or anything like that. Then I'll select the second and third options because that will give us the people we're not already connected with. So first means you're connected with them already. Lastly, we'll go ahead and use the location filter. Let's see only restaurant owners in California. Okay, now we can see hundreds of restaurant owners in California. You can hit the connect button over here to send them a connection request. Once they accept it, you're able to message them and start building that relationship. You know, you can introduce yourself, you can learn about their business and see if you can be of service to them. So let me pop back in to our presentation here. LinkedIn, pretty straightforward. Happy to answer any questions about that. But another option you might want to explore is Alignable. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a new networking platform specifically for small business owners and local professionals. It's not as big as LinkedIn. It's similar, but it's growing, and it's a great way to build relationships with local businesses. It's also low effort, so you just set up a profile and start connecting with people the same way you do on LinkedIn. Pretty straightforward, and I recommend giving it a try. I do see we have a question. Will we get a copy of the marketing B2B on the last slide? Yeah, so this LinkedIn B2B step-by-step instructions, that's a PDF. We have it on our website, and I'll be sure to send it out to you guys after this webinar. So basically gives you all the steps to marketing on LinkedIn. All right, so what can you do now? You know, obviously I've thrown a few different ideas at you. Let's bring it back and figure out what you can do right now. The truth is, you don't need to do everything. There's a lot of different marketing strategies. You really just need to pick a few that you can commit to consistently. So here's a simple starting point. You can refresh your LinkedIn profile. This alone makes a huge difference when people are Googling you. You can join a local Facebook group and start commenting and engaging, building those relationships. You can post or comment a couple times a week. Just stay visible to potential clients, and these small actions will build momentum. And then just block 10 to 15 minutes each day to build relationships. Connect with people on LinkedIn. It doesn't take too much time, and you really don't want to overdo it on there anyways. So yeah, maybe like Anae said, just take a day on the weekend to do some marketing and build some relationships. Also, don't forget to use CID's free marketing tools. Like I mentioned, we have that LinkedIn step-by-step flyer. We also have dozens of class-specific marketing flyers. So the classes Anae mentioned earlier. We have flyers to market yourselves. We made them specifically for you and for you to put your agency information on, so take advantage of that. You can use them in emails or social media posts, or even when you're doing a proposal presentation for your clients. Also, obviously watch more of our webinars so you can feel more confident when you're pitching yourself as the agent that they should choose. So there are paid marketing services that can do more for you, absolutely. But if you're looking for a place to start that really doesn't cost you anything, these simple, consistent actions will get you results without overwhelming your calendar or your bank account. And of course, CID is here to help. We want to be your partner in growing your commercial book. You've got a team of responsive, experienced underwriters who want to help you place more business. You've also got tools on our website, the flyers, webinars, and tons of other tools, all designed to make your life easier. So definitely check that out. Browse our website for a few minutes. And when you're ready to submit to us for quotes, just email us at submissions@cidinsurance.com. Before we hop off here, please go ahead and type in any other questions you still have. I'm going to pull up our detailed appetite list here for you in the meantime. So these are the target classes our team can help you with. There's a lot on here, so don't bother writing anything down. I'll send you this PDF as well. As you can see, we can do a lot of contractors, garage, plenty of different retail stores and services, do manufacturing, restaurants, nonprofits, some habitational and special events. Do tons of professional liability classes, so if you need E&O, definitely let us know. We also do EPL and cyber, very important coverages nowadays. We also do a lot on the workers' comp side, so if you haven't already, be sure to give us a try for any of these classes. Especially if you're new to us, give us a try, test our markets, and see how good our team is. We provide great service, so I think you'll be happy. Someone asked if we do security guard companies. That is something we can consider. I can get you in touch with Teresa so she can review that with you. If anyone has any other questions, go ahead and chat them in while we finish up here. This is the final page of our class list. So yeah, okay, I don't see any more questions. If you do have them, obviously you can follow up with us, email us after, call us. We answer our phones, we're here for you. So yeah, thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to doing business with you. Have a great day.